Hello, good afternoon, Facebook family. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have been joining me the whole month, I'm doing fitness, anything about fitness, exercise. We looked last week, I think, was mental health. So anything that will keep this body going. And I said it that I don't have any doubt that God have anointed you, God have blessed you to do whatever you want to do for Him. But guess what? It will take this body to take you out there. So if you are not taking care of our body, it will hinder us to do a lot of things. So today I have my favorite. I told you she had trained me before. And for second week now, I am with her and I'm feeling like I'm in heaven. Even my husband have noticed it. I'm like, don't, he have noticed that I'm back to myself. I'm getting my groove on. I love it because I've been exercising very hard. Good camp of exercising is very, very good for my mind, for my body. And she is here again and she's going to talk about exercise and mental health. I know it's going to be a blessing. So please tag somebody to come in there, share the video. And also the boot camp that we spoke about, this is the second week. Please, if you haven't joined, you can join everywhere, wherever you are. My excuse has been, I travel, I'm always on the road. But guess what? You can take it with you. That's what I love about this boot camp that she's doing. You can take it with you. So wherever you are, whether those of you who are watching from England, thank you so much for watching, but you can do this from there. You can do it whether you are watching from Jamaica, my family in Ghana, you can join in. Wherever you are watching, India, wherever you are watching, you can do this boot camp. Okay, so I'm going to put a link there. And what I love about this is the meal plan she add to it. I don't know where she get her menu from, but I'm telling you are not starving yourself. Because personally, in my 30s, this is what I do. I've withdrawn a lot of food from the things I can eat. And typical African, I've stopped eating fufu, I've stopped eating benku, I've stopped eating a lot of things. So normally I'm not eating just to keep my weight. But guess what? She is helping me now. I saw the menu and I'll be laughing. Okay, because this morning I've ate my eggs, I have my snack, a smoothie is there, I have my lunch, and I'll have my nice dinner. And everything is in there, but then you are not overeating and your body is really working. And for 2 weeks, I'm in heaven. And I know that it will help you if you join me. I don't hide anything. Anything that I see that is good for us, I want to bring it to you. So this is what I do. So those of you who think that how did Pastor Victoria get her energy and fit in anything, you see today I'm in my sports tent, I get it going. If you want to join me, please, it's not too late. Actually, it's even cheaper because we are in the second week. But you will never regret finishing the year very hard and going into next year knowing that you can conquer any mountains that comes your way. So please join me as we do this. Share the video with somebody, tag somebody to come in. I'm going to try to share my video. While she's talking, I'm sharing my video. So please, if I'm not paying attention, I know you are there, but I have to share my video too. So please don't crucify me. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Ruth, for
Thanks
coming
for having me back.
Oh my God.
I am loving the fit gear today. You should have told me. I could have kept mine on. She's all ready to work out, and I just got my shower. So.
Yes. That is good. But I just want to express how I feel because I think I can thank you. My viewers really, really loved when you came in and the exercise aspect. And you are popular demand. I'm like, they love Ruth more than me. That's not a problem. Love her. If you love her, you love me. I love that. But they love you because the things that you said was very, very outstanding. And I know today is going to be another aspect, of it. So thank you so much. I know you are busy. It was short notice, but you just
That's all right. It's okay.
Yeah, so thank you. I'm very, very grateful. So today we are looking at what exercise, the benefit that can do for our mental health.
Right.
Okay, so just introduce yourself once again for the viewers, and we're just going to
Sounds great.
Yes.
All right, hey guys, my name is Ruth, and I am the owner and operator of BodyByRuth.com. It is a health and lifestyle brand that helps women over 40 live their best life. And we focus on health, nutrition, mindset, and just how to be more confident in everything that we do. So I know it was on a couple of weeks ago, we talked about health and nutrition in general, and then you had a couple gals last week talk about mental health. And I am not a mental health professional, just put it out there. I am a fitness professional and a lifestyle coach. And over the 20 years that I have been practicing, I have been able to work with every kind of woman imaginable. And what I know is that the average woman deals with stress, anxiety. They have seasons in their lives where things are hard, and so they're trying to navigate through all the struggle. And I know that two of the really great ways to help people in those seasons, or if they're dealing with stress, anxiety, depression, is to work on their nutrition and their fitness. So I know you asked me to talk about fitness. We're going to start there. And a lot of people know the general benefits of fitness. And physically, you can look at somebody, you can tell if they work out. They might have good muscle tone. We improve our aerobic capacity. It keeps us at a healthy weight. We have better sleep. We boost our self-esteem. If someone is working out, they're going to have more confidence. You're just going to walk in a room and you're going to feel like you own it. You're going to feel good about putting on an outfit and feeling like, hey, I'm going to rock my shoulders, or I'm going to rock my calves, or whatever your favorite part is. You feel good. It boosts your immune system. A lot of people don't think about that. When you are exercising, it's helping you be able to ward off coming germs, stuff that you're around, you're sweating it out, and it just keeps your immune system strong. It improves your sex life. There is absolutely no shadow of a doubt. One of my favorite things is getting testimonials of my clients who are like, oh my gosh, Ruth, my husband is chasing me around the house. If he sees his wife looking good, ladies, that is awesome. Like, you want your husband to be like, that is my wife, right? And when you are working out and you're fit and you feel good about yourself, not only does it boost your confidence, but it makes you look good, which is going to allow you to be better in the intimacy department with your husband. It also is great for longevity. So as we are aging, getting in our 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, when we take care of ourselves with fitness, we're going to be able to live longer with less aches and pains, with less disease, which means less meds, right? I don't know about you. I don't want to be on a medication when I'm in 70 and 80 because I've had blood pressure problems or cholesterol problems, or I'm overweight, or I'm pre-diabetic. We don't want that. So if you are, even if you're 50 and 60, it's never too late. It is never too late to get started. There's always something you can do that's going to just be making you better, a better version of yourself. Doesn't matter how old you are. So don't think, oh, I'm too old, because you are never going to be too old to start making attempts to get better. It improves your cognitive abilities, your mental, your sharpening. Like, you could recall information better when you've been active. And I think one of my favorite things, Victoria, and I think people overlook it, is when you exercise, it helps you become more resilient.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so how many times do we face something that is hard and it's a struggle, and maybe the pre-exercise version of you would be like, oh, I can't do this, I'm done, and you just give up and you quit on yourself. Or you're getting started with exercise, but you're learning that I can do hard things. Like that workout we did, a killer. Are you coming today?
Yes.
Oh, wait. Oh, you're going to love it. We did a killer workout today. She's going to get it later. That it's hard. No bones about it. It's hard. And you realize you have what it takes. You've got some gumption in there that allows you to say, you know what, whatever challenges I'm going through in my life, I know I have the fortitude to be able to do it. I know that if I fall, and we all are going to fall, we're going to have failure in our life, we're going to try something with our career that's going to bomb, we're going to fail at parenting, we're going to have mishaps in our relationships. But when you have learned how to work hard through being challenged physically, it helps you be more resilient.
Wow.
And there is no price tag on that. I think when you look at the average Body by Ruth client, you're gonna see they know how to face adversity, they know how to do hard things, and they are resilient. And that is one of my favorite things. That's just a benefit of being able to be active.
Okay, so if you are joining us, thank you so much for joining us. We're talking about exercise and mental health. And I think that God created our body to move. The body needs to be moved. So just eating, sitting down, and not moving does not help your body at all. So, and sometimes we think, oh, exercise is for young people, exercise, no. I think exercise is for everybody. Everybody. Just 30 minutes walk a day can do wonders for you. Okay, so no matter your fitness level, okay, and we are not even talking about losing weight here. We are just talking about how good it is for your mind. Okay, but guess what? Once you do that, it's going to help you to lose weight. And I know that every lady lose a pound is like a miracle. Okay, so if you lose 4 pounds, like I've lost 4 pounds.
Girl, way to rock it out.
So,
1 weekend, 4 pounds.
4 pounds. So I'm like heaven now. So can you imagine? I'm looking forward for this week because I know at the end of the week another will come up. It makes you feel so good. I don't know about you, but it's really good that we take care
See,
of
she's
ourselves.
motivated because she's experienced some progress. Right?
Yes,
and that
that's
progress
really
is like,
good.
oh, yes. And so what does that do to your brain?
That I can
Oh,
do everything.
it's waking you up,
It's
right?
waking you up. I feel like, okay, so this week too, what is it, going to work? I'm looking forward. And for me, I'm somebody who always looking forward. So I can just imagine December.
Oh,
How I will look in
And
my
December just
Christmas
looks
dresses
amazing.
and those things. Like I would
Amazing. Yes.
amazing, So I think it's really help. So how does exercise help with the issue of like stress, anxiety, depression, PTSD, ADHD, all those things?
Okay.
I know exercise help us
Right.
to cope with that.
Right.
Can you explain
Sure.
how those things help
So,
us?
first things first, like a lot of women
Yeah.
experience some form of anxiety or stress just daily or
Wow.
weekly. It's just because we wear a lot of hats. We are working moms, we're trying to balance home life, work life, and friends and all of it. And so those are very common. And so you can really help yourself with the fitness if you're just dealing with some stress and anxiety. But you know that depression comes from having stress and anxiety. So when you are anxious, the endorphins that you get from exercise it helps lift your mood.
Okay.
So exercise in general is a mood booster. It's actually proven that exercise can be as effective as medication for people that are suffering with depression. So it's super helpful. And I always say, like, if you are dealing with anxiety, go for a walk.
That's
Get out in nature. If you're in nature, you're going to enjoy God's creation. You're going to be able to appreciate taking everything in with your senses. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. If you are exercising and you're just trying to lift your mood and you really take a second to realize, how is this experience being made more alive by my senses?
Wow.
It really helps you kind of change the way you think about it. A couple weeks ago, I took a client to Trimble Mill Park and we biked, and I was loving just being outside. I love biking, and it was great, taking someone who had never experienced it before, because I got to see it through her eyes. It was exciting. But it was a beautiful sunny day, and so with my senses, I could see the blue sky, which made the experience amazing. I could feel the sun's warmth on my skin.
Wow.
I could smell fall in the air, the leaves, and then that air is coming in my mouth as I'm breathing, and I could taste the feeling, the smell that I was smelling, and all of that was being made more just amazing, the whole experience, because I was able to focus on how that exercise was enhanced by my senses. So if you can get outside in nature, that would be number one. You're gonna boost your mood.
Yeah.
And then think about how your senses are making that experience more alive. I love it.
Wow.
All right. In terms of stress, like what are the things that typically stress you out?
Family.
Okay.
You know, family, life. Especially the holidays coming, trying to get things done,
Okay.
and you know all those things
Right.
with the children.
I would say
husband,
again,
health.
it's balance. You
Yeah.
know, we get stressed because we're trying to balance things out.
Yeah.
Characteristics of stress, we get tense. Our muscles are tense. Our posture might be tight. We might have a stomach ache or a headache.
Yeah.
You might experience insomnia. And so all of those things
you can't
that,
sleep well.
yes, all of
Wow.
those things that occur because of a stressed body are improved when we are working our bodies, when we are moving. And I mean, whatever form of exercise is good for you. It could be that you're just getting started and walking is your exercise of choice. Or I would say always like try to do some resistance, because as we age, we want to make sure that we're continuing to have a high functioning metabolism. That muscle is going to help that metabolism burn. It's also going to help with us skin slackening.
Yeah.
That's another issue as we
Okay.
age. And so part of the lack of confidence that comes with women as we age is they look in the mirror and they see things sagging, and they see cellulite, and they see things just not there, heading south.
Yeah.
And so if you can be lifting the weights and toning your muscles or doing body weight resistance, that's going to help in that department. But the exercise will help limit some of these physical character traits that come on you as you are experiencing stress, and just feeling achy and tired and not being able to sleep at the same time. When we think of ADHD, people that have ADHD can't focus. They're all over the place, and they're spazzy, and so it's especially important if you struggle with ADHD and really staying on task. Exercise is going to be able to kind of reel you in and bring you back. It's going to give you a safe outlet to express energy, and it's going to give you that mental focus to be able to pay attention, whether you're trying to sit down at the computer and finish a blog or working on your accounting or whatever it is that you're sitting at your computer doing. It's going to give you the attention that you need to do that. When you think of people that have suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, things that have really marked them, it could have been an abusive situation or verbal, someone was like verbally abused. They a lot of times are stuck, and they're stuck because their nervous system is not allowing them to move beyond their stress. And so exercise, especially, I would say if you have dealt with some kind of traumatic issue in your life, if you can do things that get you in nature, again, things like hiking, biking, getting on a trail, going kayaking on a lake, being able to listen to rushing water, hear birds and nature, those are oftentimes the catalysts that you need to help yourself break out of that stress rut that keeps people from moving on. They're stuck. They're afraid to take chances. They're afraid to take risks. But if you can go on, if you start a hiking group or become part of a hiking group or something that just gets you outside. I am a huge fan of when you are in nature, especially for these traumatic cases where women have been stuck and they can't move forward. They're afraid to take a chance. They're afraid to make their opinion known, their voice heard. This is one of those things that really proved to be very beneficial and very therapeutic for people, moving them past that feeling of being stuck.
Wow.
So those are just great ways that moving your body, and moving your body, you got to find something that you love.
You love it,
right?
Yeah.
You don't want it to be like something that you're not gonna show up for because you don't love it. So if it might be ballet, it could be bar, it could be just walking, it could be joining boot camp and doing kickboxing and everything. We do a lot, but whatever gets your heart on fire, that is what you want to be able to do. So something that's going to get you excited to come back is very, very important. So make sure you're like finding something that really brings you joy.
Yeah, thank you again for joining us. Please continue to share the video with somebody. I think this exercise and what it does to our body is for everybody. So please tag your wife to come in, your children. Some of our children are overweight, especially the generation we find ourselves in. Most of our children are overweight, and the challenge here is you don't want them to feel bad. So it's even so hard telling them, you know, you are overweight and you have to do something about it, because then it can turn to something else. So anything we can do, even as parents, to encourage our children, you know, to join us when we are doing things like this, help. So please tag maybe your high school, you know, boy or girl in, tag your wife, you know. Maybe your wife is a little bit overweight and you can't mention it because it creates problems. Let's say woman of influence is on. Can we listen to it? You are not telling her, you know, but she will hear it herself, you know, and it will help. You know, I love it when I go to the park and I'm walking with my husband, we're talking and we're laughing, we're teasing each other, and, you know, we clap, and we are so, you know, putting exercise in, and both of us are feeling good. When I don't move, he doesn't move, you know, so I try everything to move so everybody will move. Let's do this to help. Last week when the doctors were here, the foundation of all mental problems is stress. And she is giving us things that we can do to distress ourselves and get better. Okay, so please don't listen to this yourself. Tag somebody to come in, share the video. Let be a blessing to somebody. I'm very excited about this.
So can I interject real quick? You just talked about how you're trying to help your kids find healthy outlets, because we know more and more children are dealing with stress and anxiety just because they're different. They might not fit in at school, or they're home by themselves a lot. You know, we have a lot of families now where their parents are working, they're home, they're gaming, and they need the physical outlet. But I will say just something to think about as parents, as you are wanting to encourage your kids to be active, is you never, ever, ever want to make exercise seem like punishment. So if they're not, if they're pretty sedentary, you know, and you're thinking of like a consequence for them to do because they didn't obey the rules, you don't want it to be physical exercise. You want physical exercise to always be something that they look forward to, because it brings the family together. So be a good example. Say, hey, we're going to go to the park, we're going to enjoy some fresh air. Never ever mentioning that's because you need to lose weight. Like, you don't ever want to equate it with, well, I have to go exercise because I'm overweight or I'm fat. You know, so many girls put those labels on themselves. So make them equate exercise as, hey, this is a time I get to hang out with my family. This is a time when we get to connect and converse. And so you want it always to be a positive association with movement, and never anything like punishment.
Wow. Right. That is very, very good. Okay, let's put it in. I think it's really, really help. And even as a family, okay, so I mean, I have 5 of us, you know, and sometimes it's and so I think like 2 years ago, I never learned to ride a bike. So 2 years ago, they decided to teach me.
I love that she's like, I'm not too old. I love it. They're like, I'm going to learn.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It was fun. I mean, look at my son, you know, trying to teach mom how to ride bike. It was fun. We play tennis together. You know, we do tennis together as a family. We go to the park together. We do a lot of things together. And the bonding, you know, the laughing together, doing all those things together is also build your family.
Yes,
so please,
sure.
let's go out there and do something, okay? And as pastors, sometimes, you know, we are so busy with the work of God and we neglect our family. But, you know, this Sunday, for the first time, you know, Sunday is my sleeping Sunday. But this Sunday, for the first time, you know, I went to the park just to put something in. You know, so let's try. I know it's not easy, but Ruth said something, I think last week at the boot camp, that really changed something up here. It's not easy for exercise. Exercise is very hard, okay? But it's not also easy that I go to my closet and nothing is fitting.
Right.
That is tormenting more than you working out. So now when I'm working out and I'm tired and my knees is trying to give up on me, I look at the dress that is there that's not fitting, just to motivate me, you know, to do it. So nothing is easy. Nothing is easy.
So the tagline is, exercise is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Being overweight is hard. Choose your hard.
That's
so
it.
like,
Okay.
do you want to always look in the mirror and be disgusted with what you see? Do you always want to go into your closet and have nothing look good and nothing fit? Or do you say, you know what, I am willing to suck it up and I'm going to endure a little burn and sweat and realize that this is going to be a therapeutic, you know, 45 minutes, hour that is going to really help me start to love what I see when I look in the mirror.
Yeah, and I think the result is amazing, amazing. So, what kind of things can we do to reduce stress during this holiday season?
Okay.
What is coming?
Right. Okay. So it's October. The next 10, 11 weeks are the most stressful time of the year because we've got all the get-togethers, right? And part of it is we might have good intentions, but all of a sudden I don't have time because I've got this school party with my one kid, and then I've got something at church, and then I've got my office party, and then we've got grandma's house, and it's overwhelming. We have less time. So you want it to be simple, but you also want to still pick a few things that you're going to use and make it a priority. So number one is you have to know that when you are enduring a stressful season, which this next 10, 11 weeks is, it's especially important that you schedule your workouts. Okay? It's not, I hope to do it, or I'm gonna try to do it. It's, hey, like I have this meeting with Victoria at noon on Tuesday. You have to treat your workout the same you would as if you were meeting a girlfriend for coffee or for lunch. It's an appointment. So if you're looking at your calendar, you write that time in. It could be 30 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, it could be an hour, whatever it works for you. But write it down so that you are making it a priority. It's a date with yourself. Okay? Second thing I would say is like, just look for opportunities to move more. Okay? So if you're going to the grocery store, if you're going to go shopping at the mall, park further away. All right? That, like, everybody knows in our group, like, okay, I'm going to look at it as an opportunity. If I can't get that parking spot, well, guess what? That just earned me some more steps for the day, right? So you're going to be parking intentionally further away, just as a way to get more steps in your day, and it's going to allow you to move more. The other thing I would say is be intentional about smiling. Okay? So when you are stressed, we carry that in our face, we carry that in our posture. If you are in line at the grocery store and you have 2 items and the person in front of you has 60 and you're like, oh my gosh, I just had 2 things, right? You're going to be carrying that, and it's going to be just a burden that's going to bring you stress. But try to think about your resting face, okay? So we're not, you want to start here, so start like smiling with your eyes. And then it's going to be just like on your face. And your smile then is going to be a gift to the person in front of you, behind you, and to that cashier. So if you are feeling the stress, oh, I've got someplace to be. I mean, we carry that. Be intentional with just changing your face. Okay, you know, have you ever like had your phone in your hand and you didn't realize it was on selfie, and you look down, you're, oh my gosh, like what is that? They're looking at me like your face is like it's not pretty, right? But think about what you want other people to see when they look at you. They want to see joy, they want to see happy. And you have to practice not having a resting the B word face.
Always have to have that smile.
You want to think about what is coming across. And that honestly, like if you say hello to the cashier, maybe she's been having a rough day, the lady in front of her was giving a hard time, you want to exude that joy with her, and that's going to just help with the stress of the season, because we're going to be around people that are grumpy, okay? And we can't control what is going on around us, but we can control our response to it. Okay, another thing, and you'll be benefiting from this because we do this every day in November, and I don't want to just say do it in November, I'm going to say do it every day, but focus on gratitude. So you wake up and you say, these are 10 things that I'm grateful for today. And they could be trivial things, they could be meaty. They could be, I'm so grateful for my husband, I'm so grateful for my family, I'm so grateful that I live in a state where we have sunshine most of the year. I'm grateful for my coffee. I'm grateful for the mug that I'm drinking out of my coffee because it just feels good on my mouth. You know what I mean? It could be little things, but those things are bringing you joy. And when you focus on gratitude, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, you can't be stressed and grateful at the same time. So you want that voice of gratitude to be louder than the voice of the whine and the complaint and nothing in my life is going right. So focus on gratitude, and like you wake up in the morning, you want to go to bed the same way. When you put your head on your pillow, think about your day. What are you grateful for? Something that we do in our family every night, and it's just been a tradition, and I love this, and our boys would probably say it's like a meaningful thing to them, is every night we go around the table, and I'm a big proponent of being able to sit together for our dinner. I want to be able to sit together at the table. Because my love language is giving healthy food and connecting. And so we go around the table and we say, what was the best part of your day? What was the worst part of your day? And what are you grateful for? And we want to end with grateful, because there's going to be a worst part of your day, but you always have to remember that the gratitude far outweighs maybe the negative that you experience. So gratitude is huge. It's also, this little thing is a great way to get your family to connect and to express themselves. So when kids are stressed, when you're dealing with anxiety, you're not penning it all in. You're sharing and you're being open and vulnerable and connecting as a family as well. So gratitude. And then I would say, if you're thinking of things that are giving you stress or anxiety, it's easy to let it be all about you. Okay? So if you are experiencing a stressful season, whether you can't sleep, maybe you're parenting a child that is difficult, or your schedule's crazy, you've got kids in high school, middle school, and elementary school, and there's really no time for you. It is so easy just to be like, woe is me, right? But I have found that if instead of woe is me, you can either pray for someone and take that feeling of overwhelm that you're experiencing. When you pray for someone else, you're suddenly lifted up because you're bringing a blessing to somebody. So praying for someone, and on the same note, writing someone a note of affirmation or gratitude. I just wanted to say thank you today for what you've done for me. You blessed me by smiling. You blessed me by, putting your hand on my shoulder or whatever. Like, if you struggle with focusing on the negative that is going on in your life, instead of putting all the attention on, it's like, my example is, if I've had an injury, and my injury is like, and I'm currently dealing with a hamstring tear, but it's so easy to get discouraged because you can't do your normal thing, that it's easy to just feel down in the dumps. But if you take that attention and you focus it on lifting somebody else up, building them up, it is magic. It is magic. Try it. I want you to give a heart if you're going to do this today. So if you do that, if you're going to do this today, or okay, I am going to start working on praying for somebody when I feel like being mopey, or I am going to Work on giving words of affirmation to people that they could be a stranger, but I just want to say thank you for sharing that beautiful smile with me today, because that was a blessing, that was a gift. So those are just some practical things that I think as we face the stressful time of year with Thanksgiving and all the holiday parties and Christmas and the family get-togethers, some of those things, like just being intentional with smile, being intentional with moving more, and especially with practicing gratitude, are huge stress relievers.
Yeah.
They're just gonna boost your mood and elevate your spirit, and it's gonna make you excited to get up in the morning.
Wow, awesome. Please, if you have any question, concerning exercise, mental health, this is the best time to ask. So, T, if you have any questions or contributions or anything, people are just enjoying. I know they are enjoying taking notes.
Yeah.
They don't even want to ask any questions, but
It was a question early at the beginning where they were asking about how do they sign up for the boot camp, but
We can give them directions later.
Yeah, we will put the link there, and we are just in the second week, so you really haven't lost anything. Maybe the detox, which you can jump
Yeah,
in,
you can still do the detox.
You can still do
I'm doing the detox again this week because I had a birthday celebration over the weekend.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So that's yesterday.
I actually don't.
Yes,
I turned
did.
50. I turned 50 in November, but we had a party on Saturday, and my clients were like, "Let's make it a surprise, an early birthday." So they did a little early birthday.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's good. I missed that, but I won't miss the November one. So
Okay.
yeah. So you haven't really missed anything. Yesterday, me too, because Saturday I was out there doing the conference. I didn't follow my plan, and then Sunday I did have. So yesterday, actually, I didn't do the high carb. I did low.
You did low carb.
Just to repeat the details there. So
It's
you
flexible.
you really haven't lost anything. But me, what really helping me is the meal plan. Okay, knowing what to eat at a certain time, especially I told you I'm 44, so now it's not like I remember when. Some years ago, when I want to go to New York, all that I have to do is to do some magic and pounds just melt. Now it's hard.
It's hard, ladies.
It's not
It's
going
not
anywhere.
there.
I'm like,
But,
oh, no.
but all hope is not lost, and that is the thing that
Yes.
you need to know is it is harder as you age to lose the weight, but there's hacks which I
There is.
share,
Yes.
and you'll learn that in the boot
Yes.
camp. But you said one of your favorite things about the boot camp is that I give you a meal plan, and so I thought that would be a good way to segue into the next part.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yes, that's
Victoria asked me to share about how exercise can really help with your mental health, and by far it is awesome. It is so good at helping with stress and anxiety and depression. But even more than exercise, because I don't know that you thought, oh, this is even more important, but even more important and even more control for you. If you are anxious often, if you find the overwhelm of the world just like on your shoulders, you have power in your food.
That's
okay.
it. That's
so
it.
your food, you guys, is so incredibly important because it is affecting your gut health. So we talked about fitness improving your stress levels and anxiety. So many people don't realize that your gut health is related to your mental health. So it is extremely important that you pay attention to what is going in your body. And just so you know, like our gut is made up of 100 trillion bacteria.
Wow.
100 trillion, a ton, right? And it's got good bacteria and bad bacteria. The key is to have more healthy bacteria than bad bacteria. And so we often will have health issues, and immediately we have stress, anxiety, and we want medicine. We want to fix it, just a quick fix with medicine. But if you make some changes to your diet, you can totally improve your gut health, which is going to improve your overall mood and your mental health. So first thing is, what are the things that cause disruption with your gut health? And some things we can't necessarily control and other things we can. So we've all had bronchitis or some kind of some congestion or whatever, and we're prescribed antibiotics, okay? Antibiotics are going to kill the bad bacteria, but they also kill the good bacteria in our gut. So a lot of times, people that have had multiple rounds of antibiotics are all of a sudden experiencing a lot of issues with mood. They're irritable, they're more anxious, and they don't realize that the antibiotics have disrupted the flora. It's called the gut microbiome. And now there's going to be out of balance. They're going to have more unhealthy bacteria than healthy. So if you don't need antibiotics, try not to get antibiotics. You can use things like elderberry syrup, things like that if you have the flu. Antibiotics should be a last resort because they are disrupting the healthy bacteria in your gut as well as the bad bacteria. Other things, if you've had cancer and you've had radiation or chemotherapy, a lot of people are physically not strong enough to be able to deal with it because the radiation and the chemotherapy are killing the healthy blood cells in our body and the healthy bacteria. So we have to do what we can to improve that. Candida, yeast in our body is a source of a gut disruptor. So if you eat a lot of sugar feeds that bad yeast.
Sugar.
Okay? So
sugar.
that is going to be one of the protocols, is if you deal with yeast infections, if you have candida, that is disrupting your gut. And the gut is often considered the second brain. Okay? So we have this, which helps us make decisions, but then you've got your gut, which is made up of your large intestine and your small intestine, and it's connected to everything in our body, and it's connected with here. If you could do research and you could read article after article about how the gut is also connected to things like Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's. So not just anxiety, stress, depression, it's like significantly going to affect your whole mental well-being as we age. So taking care of your gut is hugely important. Now, if you have been, maybe you're in a situation where you're like, I know that my gut is disrupted. I have IBS. My stomach is always in knots. I'm always anxious. I'm agitated easily. What can I do? Okay, so now this is, write down, these are the things that you can do if you feel like your gut is out of balance, okay? So number one, and you're getting this because my meal plan is full of foods that contain probiotics, so probiotics are living organisms, it's living bacteria that are gonna help just improve that gut lining. It's gonna help improve your overall gut health. And you're like, okay, what are those? Where can I get them? What is it? Okay, so number one, do things like Greek yogurt. It has to be Greek yogurt, not like vanilla flavored Dannon, okay? I make kefir, but you could buy kefir. Kefir is like a sour fermented milk, and it's filled with probiotics, which are awesome for your health. You're gonna want to drink.
And the smoothie is good.
Yes, and the smoothie is good. Things like anything fermented, so sauerkraut, kombucha, apple cider vinegar. You're gonna see apple cider vinegar as like it is really, honestly, you guys, Google it. Apple cider vinegar is a cure-all for almost anything and everything. With any ailment, there's going to be a protocol that helps with apple cider vinegar. So I drink apple cider vinegar. I put it, not by itself, I put it in with my water. It's too acidic. It can burn your esophagus if you drink it by itself. But it goes in soups. It goes, I drink it every day in my water, but it's a staple. And that's one of the things, a simple thing that you could start implementing daily that's going to help with your gut health. So eating probiotic rich foods. Second thing is you want to be eating lots of prebiotic rich foods, and those are not living organisms, but they're the foods that feed the probiotics.
Okay.
So what are prebiotic foods?
Yeah.
You ate them this week. Okay, so things like
I'm
leeks,
getting everything.
yes, and onions and
Yeah.
raw garlic. You need to know that when you cook some of these things, it disrupts their effectiveness. So you want the raw onion, the raw garlic, cabbage. You had that with the
Yeah.
salmon in week 1. Asparagus, legumes, which are beans, oats, and bananas, underripe bananas.
Okay.
So those are things that are feeding the probiotics in your body, and it's important that you're putting that good food in your body. If I was to say to eliminate one thing that would help your gut, it would be sugar.
Sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
sugar.
then start implementing some of these things. Apple cider vinegar is so easy. You can buy kombucha. You can make kombucha. I've got it brewing on my counter. I would brew every week kombucha and kefir. Okay. I look like I've got a little distillery.
I think I have to take some from you.
Yes.
Because for me, those
Yes.
things are new.
And they are new to a lot of people.
I've never even
Heard of them.
heard of them till you. And
Yes.
also, you know where I'm coming from. Okay.
Yes.
Typical African.
Uh-huh.
The way we eat is so different. And I keep on telling my people that it's rather unfortunate we are not home.
Right.
We are at here. And let me share a testimony with you. I did have an issue, you know, with my gut, with my stomach, what they even thought it was Crohn's disease. And like 3 years ago, I go to Emory, and they had to study my life with the Crohn's.
Right.
Because for them, my doctor think that I have been able to reverse anything they thought I have through my diet.
That's great.
So every day I
Yes.
go, she's asking me, what are you doing? What are you eating? This one is, and I didn't have to do anything. I'm not on anything. I didn't have to do surgery, no clothes.
Well,
you have
yeah,
to
praise
do-
God, awesome.
I'm telling you. And you know, with the prayers and everything, but what I did is what I put in, what I eat. It's very,
Right.
very important. And I remember one time I went to a natural store, and it was run by a Chinese man. And this is what he asked me. He asked me, where are you from? And I said, I'm from Africa. He said, you know, what is going on is your system fighting your system, because you have been growing in Africa, you have eaten African food, and now you are here, you are eating the burgers, you are eating all those things. Stop eating,
Yes.
stop eating all those processed food. He told me,
Yes.
he said, stop eating all processed food and do the greens and everything like you are back home.
Right.
That was a turn around for me, and since then, here I am. So I believe that we can change all these things with what you are telling
Right.
me. And I pray that you guys will know. I am a typical example. Those of you, you know that I've had this, you know, challenge, but now I don't have it. Why? This is what I do. I'm eating some things from the mail plan
Just
that
trying new things.
I never know anything
And
about
it's
it.
good.
You know, and new is good. Try something new. Try something that will challenge you, and it helps. I'm happy. I'm doing this. It's going to be a lifetime. I told my husband, I'm never going to drop this thing again. It's a lifetime. I've decided this I want to go.
Yeah, you just have to decide, like, I am excited about feeling good. I'm excited. And people don't necessarily get started with a health journey because they want to feel good, they want to look good. But you have to realize there is no price tag on feeling good.
Yeah.
Some people have never realized what it feels like to feel good. I have a client that started with me last January, and she's lost about 24 pounds.
Wow.
And she's been following the meal plan and eating really well. But her daughter celebrated her birthday a couple weeks ago, and she said to me, I killed the cake.
Yeah.
Like, I killed the cake. And she's like, I ate it. Like, I tore it up. I ate the cake. And she's like, and I felt horrible after. She's like, I forgot what it felt like to feel this good.
Wow.
And, you know, it's okay to have a little bit of cake.
Yeah.
You can have a little bit of cake. But the point is, she never knew how good it felt to feel good.
Wow.
And you guys, give us a thumbs up if you are living each day where you are hurt, where you feel like, I just don't know what it feels like to feel good. I just don't know, and I want to know. I want to know. You guys, there is such a better way, and it's all about what you are putting in your body and what you are doing with your body. You have to make a choice that I love how fit feels. That's been our phrase this week at boot camp. I love how fit feels. When you are like tired, when you are emotionally drained, when you feel ugly, when you feel like nothing looks good, your rolls are hanging out, you don't know how good fit feels.
Wow.
When you are like on your 24th push-up, or you know, we did 100 squats this morning. When you are on that 99th squat, you're like, I love how fit feels. You gotta just yell it out, because it feels so much better than feeling tired, than feeling miserable, than feeling emotionally drained, than feeling sad. You're gonna get energized when you are fit. So, you know, when you think about how important it is for fitness and your overall stress, anxiety, mental health, that is just one slice of the pie, you guys. It is going to improve your overall well-being immensely. And if you want to like get in on what fit feel like, it feels amazing to feel fit, we'd love to have you.
Yes, and you love it. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I thank you. I can see all of you watching. I'm very, very grateful. And I'm very grateful. Please continue to share the video. We have one of our highest view at the same time here today. So
and if you have any questions that you can't think of right now, but if you think of them, and you just ask, and then we'll come back and I'll look at it and answer your questions. But your gut health is oftentimes one of those things that people don't think about as a cause to a lot of their issues and their mental stress as well. So yes, move your body, but also really work on what you're putting into it.
Yes, it's very, very important. And the meal plan really, really help, you know, and I've noticed that it's more liquids, you know, because
we started off with more liquids because we were doing a detox. So it was filled with things like cucumber and ginger and parsley and fruit, and like it's all designed to eliminate toxins and to allow your organs to function optimally. So you want your liver to be detoxifying optimally for you. You want your kidneys to be detoxifying optimally for you. And if you have burdened them with poor diet, they can't do their job. So whether it's, you know, poor diet that you've been dealing with, or just toxins in our environment, the detox is going to help. We started with that detox. But, and you're going to get things that every day that are just going to help your body rid itself of toxins, and that help your body burn fat, boost your metabolism, boost your immunity. Again, like, you want to feel good. These are like the best memories that we're going to make with our family. You don't want to be sick because your immune system is poor. So feels good to be fit. You gotta know how good it feels to be fit.
That's the best thing. I mean, that's really, really the best thing. And for me, I think that it's really, really help us in all our ways. So everything that you are doing now, you know, maybe you are trusting God, and maybe next year you're going to start your own business. What happened when you are sick? You can't start it. What happened, maybe you are single, you are trusting God that God should bless you with a husband. The husband comes, you are sick. How can you even look at your husband? You know, so every aspect of our life is linked to how fit we are. And when the Bible says that our temple, you know, is the house of the Holy Spirit, then what are you doing with this temple? You just have to take care of it. And sometimes as Christians, we make a lot of excuses. You know, we think God has to do everything for us. Please, God will not come down and exercise for you. You know, God will not go to the park for you.
But He can be that voice of reason. Girl, get there. You do it. You show up for you, girl.
You know, and to push it. And I'm telling you, it's hard. It's hard, but this is what I've noticed. There's nothing that when you put your mind into it, you cannot achieve. You know, after my surgery, I never thought I would be able to do 5 miles in an hour again, but I'm doing it now. You know, so it just, I think the first question I asked the doctor when I went back, can I go back to the gym? You know, because I was so bored, just sitting there, not doing anything, and it didn't help me. You know, but now that I can move and everything, it's just doing so much to my body, and I think that it will help you too. All right, so Ruth, what is your last word for us? I mean, this has been very, very clear.
So I would just say again, don't feel like you're too old. There's never a bad time to get started, because there's always going to be something that prevents us from being super consistent. If you do something, it's better than nothing.
Okay.
So focus on something that you can do, whether it's movement, whether it's starting to drink more water or putting apple cider vinegar in your water. Do something that's going to help you, and then once you've mastered that, then you can keep adding. But know that it's never too late. You're never too old. You might be 70 and say, you know what? I'm ready to start eating better. Like, it's like if you want to feel energy and improve your longevity, it is never too old or never too late.
There's never too late, you know. So thank you again for joining us today, and thank you, Ruth, for coming. Please, the boot camp is still on. I think it will help you. Okay, I really think it will help you. And I'm telling you, I've done a lot of boot camps, and even the money that she's asking for is really nothing. I pay more than that, and I still didn't get meal plan, you know, like on my table to show me what to eat. So I just go and exercise, and I come in and I eat everything, and you are not seeing the results. Okay, so this one I'm seeing the results because I know what to eat to even let my body move more and bend more and just feeling good. So it's not too late. You can jump in. We are just started, just the second week here. We have to go to December 29th. And guess what? You have Thanksgiving. I can't wait for her Thanksgiving on my table. So we have Thanksgiving coming. She have you covered. We have Christmas coming. She will have you covered for all that you can eat around that time. You know that time is dangerous, eating everything. So if you follow it will really, really help you. All right, so you can call me later. I mean, if you need more information, I think it's going to be a blessing. That's been a blessing to me. I want to share with you. But just go out there and be a wonderful man and woman of influence. God, I'll call you to be, and I will see you here next Tuesday. Next month is going to be another thing. I'm going to try and see if I can catch the man of God again. So next month, he's going to be here with me. But thank you so much for joining, and please continue to share the video. Tag your girlfriends to come in and let them. Why don't do it as a group, okay? Maybe get 2 or 3 girlfriends, and let's do this boot camp together, and let's see what will come out of it. I think it will really help us to get fit. And can you imagine you are fit, your girlfriend is fit, no complaints, everybody is feeling good, and it will help us to finish the year very strong as we look for what God has for us this year. God bless you. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.